and gentlemen, the video of prophecy. Look at that, look at that. My camera can't even handle it. The video of prophecy, the time of legend. This video has been in the making for 2 years. 2 years, man. Since 2014, guys. 2014. And I really thought of it because somebody brought it up to me the other day. Why don't you make a top 8 JoJo parts? Rank the year 8 JoJo parts. And I thought about it. I said, not even on the old channel did I make that video. So I said, hell yeah, man. It's time. It's about that time. I've let this list marinate for a while. It hasn't changed. So the time has come to make this video. Now, when it comes to, you guys have to understand, 2014. I got into 3 series back to back to back that I caught up to in 2014 that became mainstays not only on the channel but on my favorite anime and favorite manga list. Like these series have stuck with me and will probably forever stick with me. And that was Toriko and then Hunter x Hunter, which by God, Jing Freaks is my freaking profile picture. And then of course the last one, the one that I caught up to in 2014 near the end. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, man. Now, when it comes to JoJo, you know, shout out to Poop Dude, because he's the one that introduced me to the series, but when it comes to JoJo, man, it feels like it was only just yesterday that I was watching Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency, right? And that I was just sitting there, I was on my computer watching the awesome sauce, and it just so... I was like, dude, what is this? Why have I never been into this before? Like, it was just too much greatness, right? But let me go ahead and talk about the 8 parts. Now, I have 2 things. Number one, it's going to be a spoiler-free video, so if you have never watched the story or the series of JoJo and you want to, I'm not going to be spoiling major key story events. That's number one. And number 2, listen, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is my second favorite manga of all time. Right, because I changed one thing to the other. It's now my anime list, so it's my second favorite manga of all time. So just because a part is down near the bottom does not mean I did not enjoy it. I enjoyed every part. From the moment I started watching JoJo with the all the way up until soft and wet part 8, man. Listen, I love it. It's something about JoJo I've always loved and will continue to love it, and my love for it just continues to grow for it every single day. Now, coming in number 8, man. Listen to me, yo. Number 8, Phantom Blood. Now, the main reason why this is down at the bottom is mainly because it's the beginning. You know, this was Araki starting off. This was him, you know, this was still at the time of Fist of the North Star, the parody and whatnot. So there was a lot of I'm not gonna say it was. Because the thing is, I really enjoyed it, but I could tell that Araki was still starting off with learning how to write, honestly. Because it even though it was good, it in the grand scheme of things, to me, it just doesn't compare to the 7 parts that happen right after it. And as much as I love the rivalry between Jonathan and Joestar, and the Joestars in general, and the Brandos with my man Dio, to me, in the grand scheme of things, it just doesn't compare to the other 7 parts. As much as I liked it, you know, and it has a pretty damn shocking end to it, but it's still, I strongly do believe that I liked the other parts better. Shout out to my man William A, though, man. William A. So coming in number 7 is going to be Battle Tendency. Now, when I was making the list, I said, damn, this is that low? Because, look, Bloody Storm. That is my opening, bro. That is my opening. And I love Joseph Joseph. That's my boy, right? M. Caesar, Lisa. But in the grand scheme of things, once again, I just feel like Araki has continuously grown as a writer. Now, this one was definitely a huge improvement over Phantom Blood, because in Phantom Blood, I found myself really liking it, but Battle Tendency, I was watching like a madman. You know, I was in love. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And Joseph Joestar was truly one of the first characters that I ever saw go through this, and it was awesome because I read this right after Hunter x Hunter. And this the entire mindset of how they fight is very similar in that aspect. So but Joseph was like the embodiment of that, of how to use your mind in order to defeat these enemies that are way stronger than him. And I've just Joseph's personality and the way that the part went about, I really enjoyed it. I think that it might have been a bit higher had I liked the villain, like the final villain more, because even though I did like him and he was like that monster heel that you would see in professional wrestling, he's memorable, but I don't have him on the same level that I have the other villains that come on later on down in the story. So there's that. Even though as much as I love the Pillarmen are awesome, and I love their designs, but you know, it's just Hamon is not really my thing. I liked it, and I thought the concept of it was pretty cool, but compared to the greatness of Stan's, man, it just I can't have this above a Stan part, because Stan's is why I love this thing so much, and why love for it grew so much. So coming in at number 6, man, is JoJolian. Now, the reason why this is not higher, because I love JoJolian so much. The mystery aspect. Hell, just from the character standpoint, from a Stan standpoint, it's so very intriguing and interesting to me to this very day. The only reason why I can't put it any higher is because it's not completed. It's not completed. If not, it probably would have been higher if I would have had it, but I don't think it's fair to put it above 6, at least for me, because it's not completed yet. But like I said before, it's a stand part, and because it has stands, I have to put it above 7 and 8. And honestly, from an enjoyment standpoint, I've been loving JoJolian, man. Just like I said, when it comes to the stands, when it comes to the characters and the mystery, JoJolian, Araki's still trying out new things all these years later, and it's like it boggles your mind. It's like, how does he still have so much left in there? Writing thousands of chapters. So I absolutely love JoJolian, and I have no doubt in my mind that by the time that it ends, it will be higher on the list, because I'm in love with it. But I can't put it any higher because it is not complete. Now, coming in at number 5. Now, choosing between number 5 and number 4 was very difficult, because I feel like I like number 5 more. But number 4, now I like it a lot more because I was able to watch the anime version of it, because I originally read the manga and then I was able to watch the anime. So, and the anime added so much to it, man. The anime added so much to my love for what's at number 4. But number 5, like I said, now, before I tell you what number 5 is, I read this with horrendous garbage, the worst scans you can possibly imagine. I mean, I guarantee you there was coffee stains on those damn scans. But the thing is, man, is that even though with all the scans and with the translation errors, you can't take away how much I love the setting and the characters of Part 5 Vento Aurero, man. The characters, listen, man, if you go into the dictionary right now, go into the dictionary, and you search up the term real nigga. A real nigga. You want to know what a real nigga is? Right next to it, it's going to say Bruno. I mean, look, it's just the way it is. You type up the term on Google, and the very first thing that's going to pop is Bruno's face. That is the way that life works, man. It's the way it works. But regardless of that, I am a huge supporter and a fan of Diavolo, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Other than that, Gio is my boy, and the setting, like I said before, with the mafia, it's greatness. And like I said, I probably enjoy this more than I like the next one. But the fact that the next one had that anime to boost so much of it, and a couple of other things that I just had to place it above it. But I guarantee you, once Vento Aurero gets anime, I don't know where I'm going to place it, because, like I said, I had horrible scans, and those translations were dog crap. So I'm looking forward to actually finally getting something good when it comes to Part 5. From a scan standpoint, actually finding out a couple things and whatnot. So I can't wait for the anime, because the anime is going to clear up a lot of things, and it's going to give me an overall better experience, without a doubt. So, coming in number 4, Stardust Crusaders, man. Stand proud, you already know, Jotaro, Dio, yeah, the greatness. Come on, man, come on! So, the reason why I have Stardust Crusaders here, like I said, like I was stating, is the anime I wasn't, oh man, I absolutely loved the Stardust Crusaders anime. But this was the part where I truly fell in love with JoJo. Like, I always hear a lot of people saying that they fell in love with JoJo with Battle Tendency. Battle Tendency, as much as I really liked it, there was still something. I mean, I was really enjoying it, but it was still, aside from Joseph, it was still a lot of stuff was very similar to something I'd already seen before. But with this, and with the introduction of stands, and with the episodic format, and the way that the adventure went on, like it was an RPG, and it's just everything meshed together to give me such an awesome experience where I was like, holy crap, this is built up like a classic. You know, you have this heel champion in the villain in part 3, and he has the belt, and Jotaro is over here as the babyface trying to get over as much as possible. He goes in, he's taking out all these dudes, trying to become the #1 contender. And the thing is once you get to Egypt, man, all I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna spoil anything, from Pet Shop till the end of part 3 is an experience in of its own. That right there by itself. No, oh man, it's godlike. It is godlike. In the manga, it was godlike. In the anime, they hit it, man. They hit it, and I the main cast just so memorable, so much awesome moments. And even though I think I like the main cast of Vento a little more, the thing about Stardust Crusaders is that the main cast is just showcased so much and so many different mediums and whatnot that it really gives you that nostalgia feel, even though I experienced it only 2 years ago. So Stardust Crusaders definitely for me is gonna come in at number 4. Now coming in at number 3 is the one currently airing on Crunchyroll every single Friday at 10:30. At 10:30, man, listen to me. Part 4. Diamond is Unbreakable. Man, now this one was tough because my top 3 are so close, and I knew that this was going to be my top 3. I knew it, but they were so tough to choose because I love them all for some different reasons. The thing with Diamond is Unbreakable that really got me from the moment that I started reading the JoJo manga is that after part 3, part 4 gave me what I love about just this entire medium in general. I'm a huge slice of life guy. I'm a huge episodic, experiencing a story in episodic format type of guy. So JoJo was already made for me. But in part 4, with the slice of life and us just being in Moria, which is kind of like the thing I compare it to is with Gintama, you know, where you get to really know these characters and become connected with them. I love the part 4 cast so much, man. But Josuke is such a great main character, and his right hand man Okuyasu that's my boy. That's my boy. And then Rohan, which was one of my favorite characters in JoJo, man. You know, he's up there. He's a freaking awesome sauce. But the thing that gets this part for me, the thing that makes this part godlike, aside from the slice of life and how well you get to know these characters and the way the story progresses, is the man, dude. Let me tell you, man. When you meet the man whose stand rhymes with Diller Sheen, the man whom has one of the greatest, look, man, when he says it, when he yells it, I want to go in public and just yell at the top of my lungs what this man's ability is, followed by Bite Zetasto. I want to yell it. I want to yell it in public. And listen, man, everything that has to do with his story it's stuck with me for these past 2 years until I rewatched the anime. Or I watched the anime for the first time, you know, remembering the stuff I read in the manga. But that stuff, that entire portion, oh my god, man. Just so much intense hype and thrill where you want to know what the hell is going to happen next. Part 4, it just... Araki's writing was up here. Oh man, in every standpoint, from a character standpoint, from a storytelling standpoint, from a villain standpoint. I mean, you want to have a dastardly amazing heel to go up against your top babyface. You have part 4. That was perfect. And as much as I love that man, as much as I love him, it's just you just have to experience it. You have to experience part 4, and it's coming to an end this week. It's gonna be sad to see, but yeah, I'm so happy we were actually able to have it. You know, I didn't know if we were gonna have a 9 Minutes Unbreakable anime, but we got it, and it truly solidified its position in my top JoJo parts, because Diamond is Unbreakable was freaking awesome sauce, man. But let's continue onward. Number 2, man. Now, this part right here. I read this in 3 days. Alright, I read this in 3 days. This is the first JoJo part that I read in full color. The only JoJo part that I read in full color. In its first my first time reading it. And this is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Stone Ocean, man. Stone flippin' Ocean. Jolene Cujo was my favorite character in the entire series until What's Number 1 came around. I love everything that had to do with this individual, with Jolene. The way that she interacted with everyone surrounding her. The fact that this actual location where this part takes place in is so near to my house that all this stuff is realistic to me. This part has some of my favorite stands and abilities in the entire series. I mean, by the God, Stone Free and Bohemian Rhapsody. Man, come on, and the villain. I can't even say his name, man. I can't even say it. But regardless, part 6. GOAT. I love it so much. When it comes to the main cast, but the strongest thing for me is that I love the main character so much in Jolene. And yet I love the villain like right there too, and that's a huge thing for me. If I can love those two at the same similar love, oh man, dude, it'll be amazing, and it'll be a series that I'll forever love, and that's something that these 3 have in common for sure. My top 3 favorite JoJo parts, but Stone Ocean, you know, just when it comes to the setting, when it comes to Araki really wrapping a lot of things up, the final chapter was my favorite chapter in JoJo until the following part came in. I mean, truly one of the most shocking and insane chapters I had ever read and still have ever read. Absolutely incredible. But man, Stone Ocean, every single time I think about it, I cannot wait to see a lot of that stuff animated. It's going to be freaking awesome sauce. But Jolene was really the main star for me, and her stand, like just those two, the combination, and it's something that I really cannot wait to see animated, because as much as I loved it in the manga, and I thought the manga did a fantastic job, I feel like with the voice actors and with the soundtracks, it's going to be awesome sauce. It truly is going to be awesome sauce. So I can't wait for Stone Ocean to get animated. Now, coming in number 1. I've said it, but just in case if someone's watching this video for the first time, that's never even watched my channel before. I have been saying this for 2 years. I have this on the Holy Grail. You know, I have a Hall of Fame, I guess you could say, or like a Grail, or a certain thing of holiness, where I have like the greatest things. What are the greatest video game I've ever played, the greatest character, greatest match, whatever the case may be. But this one right here has, without a doubt, the number 1 spot on that flippin' Holy Grail that I have when it comes to greatest completed story that I have ever read. Period. I read this in 2 days in my sophomore year in college, and I will never ever forget the experience that I had, because we were in the middle of finals and I read it in 2 days. I was so obsessed with this part that I remember reading it in class. And my entire thing is that this part really, as a person aspiring to become an author, as a person who has been writing a story, as a person whose dream is to become an author one day, who is writing a series, this is my number 1 inspiration, bar none. Only because of the simple fact that this right here meshed everything that I love about this medium, about writing in general. Steel Ball Run captures it. Period. Nothing but utmost praise for Steel Ball Run. Now, granted, there's a lot of things for this. When I read Steel Ball Run, I didn't even know what the hell it was. I didn't even know what it was. The only person who I knew that read it before me was Northside Z, and I remember him telling me how awesome it was only like 5 chapters in, and I followed him right behind him, and he was right. And but my entire thing is I did not even know what to expect. You know, I wasn't hyped up for me. It wasn't anything. I just went into it like it was just continuation of the story. And the setting combined with the characters, combined with the messages, combined with the themes, combined with the powers, combined with the phenomenal villain, and combined with the 3 characters that make up that main cast, which one of them in Diego Brando is my third favorite character in all of anime and manga. Johnny Joestar, to me, is the main character. Like, Gintoki and Luffy, like, they have a special place in my heart because they're just my dudes, and I love them with all my heart. But when I'm talking about a main character that solidifies what a main character is, it is Johnny Joestar. And when you have a character who is the deuteragonist to your protagonist, and you have a man who will follow this character along on your journey, I thought Killua was a goat. Son, Gyro Zappelli is the greatest deuteragonist I have ever seen. And across every platform you could ever bring up to me, Gyro Zappelli is number 1. I mean, look, man, this 3-man main cast, and the cast in general, is so memorable. I love them so much. There's nothing but praise. Like I said, nothing but praise. And the thing is that it continues to just get better as the part goes on. It has the best mystery. It has the best story, but the number one thing about storytelling that I love the most is the characters, and I feel like I was truly drawn to these guys, and I was grown with them, and the adventure of the entire Steel Ball run, and then of course with that final, with that villain, man, but it's just everything about Steel Ball Run is why I love storytelling in 95 chapters. It's just the best way I can put it. I have a holy grail. It's on there as the greatest completed story, and to me, as a person who's aspiring to become an author, that is the greatest thing I can ever give a story. It's just, I will never forget the experience that I had when I first read Steel Ball Run, and it is stuck with me to this day. I read it in 2 days, you know, and then directly after this, I read 20th Century Boys, which is another series. It's my 3rd favorite manga of all time. So, you know, those 2 back to back truly gave me an amazing and wonderful thing. But I'll tell you what, man, Steel Ball Run is, to me, I don't know, man. It's something that I can't, like, whenever I came up with the term awesome sauce to put on the channel to describe like the greatest rating, that's it. You know, an awesome sauce is Steel Ball Run. That's just unexplainable. I can't give it something as simple as a 10. I can't give it something as simple as a rating, because Steel Ball Run to me is what I achieve to be. You know, it's that thing. It is what I would love to do. It's just, I like, the man changed from a shonen to a seinen in mid freaking writing of the story, and it felt natural. And honestly, it made the series better. And I'm not a seinen guy. I don't read that many. I mean, I've read a hell of a lot of seinen, but not a lot of them make to my top favorites. But this one right here, man, ooh! And like I said, man, with the setting, with the story, Steel Ball Run to me is up there with the Shogun. I mean, listen, like I said before, Shogun Assassination is my favorite. It's my favorite arc. But the greatest is Steel Ball, man. Steel Ball Run, 95 chapters of awesome sauce. And the day that gets animated, like I stated before on Twitter, there is going to be manga and anime comparisons for this part. There's going to, I mean, anything you can possibly imagine I will make for that Steel Ball Run anime. The reason why I haven't made anything is because I don't want to spoil anybody. I don't want anybody to be spoiled on the greatness that is Steel Ball Run. Period. I don't. I want people to go in there and just experience it. That's it, man. I mean, I can't put it any better than that. And I'm looking forward to rereading this with full color, because I read it once in black and white. I'm looking forward to rereading in full color and then watching it in the anime. It's just, like I said before, man, Jolene was my favorite. But then I met And I love Gyro, man, but my two main, Diego and Johnny, man, those are my boys, man. But regardless, guys, have an awesome day. Those are my top 8 favorite JoJo parts. Please leave me yours down below, man. I would love to hear what your favorite JoJo parts are. You know, sorry for fangasming there. If I accidentally spoiled something in the video, I apologize too. It's just whenever I talk about this kind of stuff, it just comes off, man. Like if I had a script, I wouldn't, but I don't like to make scripts if it's a video like this. So just have an awesome day, man. Thanks so much for watching, man. This came from the heart. This is truly how I feel about all 8 of these parts. You know, it's just a celebration of Rocky's amazing masterpiece of a series, of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And you know, just to go ahead and go through it again. My number 8 is Phantom Blood. My number 7 is Battle Tendency. Number 6 is JoJo. Number 5 is Ventorero. Number 4 is Stardust Crusaders. Number 3 is Diamond is Unbreakable. Number 2 is Stone Ocean. Number 1 is Steel Ball Run. Have an awesome day. JoJo greatness, man.